This is number 29. And this is Lucky Brand, one of my favorites as far as jewelry goes. This reminds me of those chime ball necklaces. This is not a chime ball. It's hollow, but it's not hinged, so it doesn't open. But it has all of this curly filigree design. It's two-toned, gold tone and silver tone, with a fringe on the bottom. The little filigree ball is all silver tone, and the ring attaching it to the chain is silver tone, and then the chain is gold tone, and there's no reason to think that it's not all original because the fringe is also mixed silver tone and gold tone. So this is a beautiful necklace. Very beautiful necklace. And you have a little bead here at the end, and then the Lucky Brand little clover, a pretty extender. So let's give some measurements on it. The pendant from the top of the ball to the bottom of the fringe is about 3.5 inches. The drop on the necklace is 14.5, and that pretty extender is about 2 inches. Thankfully, the focus issue isn't plaguing me right here, and I can give you a nice close-up look at this pretty filigree work on the pendant. And hopefully you can tell how it's hollow in the middle. And this is about 1 inch across. And we're going to do this one also for, I need this for $9, and it's number 29. And it's beautiful. This is such a great lot. I'm impressed with everything from the packaging overall, with the corrugated cardboard, the shredded corrugated cardboard, down to each item having even a little bit of notes written on most of them, and they're individually bagged. So number 29 is $9, the Lucky Brand necklace. Here's some cloisonne bangles. These, I usually sell these. You find these for all sorts of prices all over eBay. And whenever I come across these, I usually list them for $6 each, $6 or $8 each. So these, 3, 4, 5. I'll do these for $4 each. Actually, I'll do these for $3 each. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I'll do these for $3 each, or the whole set for $10. So that's going to be number 30. 30 pieces already. We're almost at a 2-hour video. So number 30 is, what did I say, $3 each, or all 5 for $10. So that's for the cloisonne bracelets, and we have a black, a sort of mint green, royal blue, a Kelly green, and a deep red. And they have a nice sound when they clink together. And they're beautiful with the floral motif on them. That's a really nice little collection and a great price especially if you like all of them. That's a great price to get 5 of these for just $10. Here we are. Okay, 31. These are probably very vintage. And I say that because of the back, that construction there on the back. This is painted metal. You can see the gold tone metal showing through. Probably not gold tone metal, probably brass. And then look at these colors. This is, I can't tell if those are glass. Yes. So this is opal glass, I think, or opaline. I'll have to ask Hannah about that. These gorgeous green colors. That's not common, in my opinion. I don't come across this color very often. These are about 2 inches long and about 1 inch wide. And it's this sort of foliage type of spray. You have little detailed leaves with veins in them. And then these opaline or opalescent glass. I may be misusing those terms. And then glass AB rhinestones mounted on this brass, painted brass settings. And they're clip earrings. So here comes the silicone ear. I'm going to stop this video at 2 hours, and I may even have to do another part to this video. Okay, there we go. That is what it would look like on, and it's stunning. It is stunning. As a matter of fact, I think this is a right and left situation. Yeah, I think so, and I think I had the wrong one on that ear. I think it's intended more to go like this. Instead of the spray pointing toward your face, I think it's supposed to point away like that. So that's how this looks on. And it's absolutely beyond words gorgeous, especially if you like vintage jewelry. This is number 31. And we're going to do those for $10. Those are beautiful. Okay, where are we on time? 1 minute and 45. Okay, this is interesting. Wow, okay. Looks like a pocket watch with a dog on it. With a copper chain. Okay, so it's a men's pocket watch. Aw, Jeanette. Just because. This is Skeeter Jones. Has a new battery and it runs. Okay, so I'm keeping this, but I'll show it to you. This was intended from Jeanette as a gift. See, do you push it to open? Yes. And look at that. Native USA. I'm not sure about that logo. Let's see. I don't know that logo there. I'm definitely going to look that up. But look at that. So Skeeter is not a lab, but this does look a lot like him. He's actually a mix. We found him at the local shelter, and the story on him was that he and all of his litter mates were found abandoned in a cardboard box in the middle of a park. And all of his siblings, except for one, had been adopted, and we were only looking for one. So we got him, but I was so concerned about his sister. I went back, and she had been adopted by the next day. So he and all of his litter mates got adopted. So then we looked him up. We thought he was going to be a lab, but the best we could figure is that he is an Anatolian, or has some Anatolian in him, because he has a lot of the characteristics of Anatolians, and this does look a lot like him. His skin doesn't fit. His skin's pretty baggy on him, and he has that look, and thick fur across his chest right there. Thank you so much, Jeanette. And of course, I'm wearing what I picked for myself out of that last friend mail lot. I really appreciate that, Jeanette. Okay, look at that with the card about the cute helmet and the manicure. Okay, more autumn colors. LC. Now, does that mean Lauren Conrad? Does that mean Liz Claiborne? There we go. And I never can remember whose is the little C that kind of sits inside the L. But these are glass beads, and they are so pretty. These honey colors, amber colors, bronze colors. There's a drop of about 14.5 inches. An extender is 2 inches. And let's see, these actually are acrylic. These smaller, faceted, sort of cushion cut ones are acrylic, and they're threaded on hand knotted metallic gold thread. And then these longer ones here are they're glass. And then these are glass as well, these bronze colored faceted ones. They look that. Okay, they have sort of a bronze colored coating around the edges. I don't know if you can tell that. And they're clear in the middle. And that metallic thread that they're threaded on gives them a little bit of reflective quality. These bicones are also acrylic. All of the light colored ones are acrylic, and all of the darker brown ones are glass. And again, all these gorgeous, gorgeous fall colors. So number 32 on this. And we'll do this one. Let's do this one for 5. We may go just a touch over 2 hours because I have a lot more left, but I don't know if it's enough that I want to do a separate video on them. Let's see, Crazy Horse. I think I've gotten some Crazy Horse before, but it's been a long time. What does the logo look like? Okay, no. I was thinking of a different logo that's the shape of a horseshoe, but that's not theirs. Theirs is just a CH right here. Okay, the length on this, let me go ahead and give you that. The drop is about 8 inches, and then there's an extender that's about 2 inches. And I did not give you the 8 inches is just from here, as if it was not on the extender. So that's about 8. And then the extender gives you 2 more inches. And this is a set. A demi-perure is 2 pieces of a set. And 3 would be a perure. Okay, so it's a matte gold tone vintage with acrylic stones. And the stones are these pretty colors. You have pink, there's muted blue or muted greens. And that teal right there. And it's a toggle closure. A light colored gold tone. And And then the same colors here on the necklace with these matte gold tone spacer beads in between. And then you have the little rhinestones at the bottoms of all these bezel settings. I don't really see a whole bunch of wear. I don't see any color loss. Let me look closer though. After I get this fastened back. Let's see, checking for tone loss. I don't really see any tone loss. It could definitely use a little cleaning. It has some nice weight. It's not heavy, but it has some nice weight. And then here's the bracelet. The bracelet is, there's no extender on it, and it's about a size 7. So let me check Crazy Horse. Okay, I was totally forgetting that Crazy Horse is a Liz Claiborne brand. So I knew I had seen it before, but I was thinking it was something else when I first looked at it. So it's going to get a wipe down, a little cleaning, a little bit of visible dirt there on it that I think I can take care of on the bracelet. Yeah, I think I can take care of all of that. So if you're interested in something and it turns out that I'm not able to get it clean, I will let you know that. And then I'll adjust the price accordingly. But the price, assuming it cleans up as expected. Let's see, this Crazy Horse set is number 33. And we'll do the whole set here for $8. That's a nice matching set with pretty colors on it. Here we go. Okay, number 34. This looks like some really pretty natural stones. And again, there's some note trade beads. Nice. They feel like volcanic rock. No. These are sponge coral. These are sponge coral. They have little brass spacers between the larger ones. I don't know if they're all sponge coral or not. Let's check these. Well, these could be bone, these white ones. Let's see, let's turn the light off for just a minute. Okay, no. Those would have fluoresced under black light. So I'm not sure what these white ones are. But these are gorgeous. It has been a long time since I've seen any trade beads. These are metal, probably brass. You wouldn't think it on these, but these go for, let me show you what I was able to find. They go for, crazy amounts. $55, $79. This has just a few on a piece of twine there for $12.50 and $20. But then, like, you get down to the full strings of them. I mean, some of them are over 100. So, Hannah at Hannah's Heirlooms is an authority on beads of all kinds, but she actually did a video a while back where she gave a history about trade beads and like what they are, how they came to be, what their purpose is, and all that. These, I'm going to consult with Hannah, or Hannah can correct me on it. I'll probably ask her to correct me on it, but I'm thinking that I would list these for probably 50. So I'm going to offer them here for 25. Let's see, what number are we on? This is going to be number 34. And yeah, I'm going to list those, or I'm going to list them for 50 or more. I'm going to offer them here for 25. And Hannah, if you're watching, let me know if I'm like way off target with that. And then I may adjust the price. I will not adjust it up. If I find out I'm undervaluing right here, I will not adjust up. But I will adjust it down if I am overpriced right here. So number 34 for the coral trade beads, $25. That was a great piece to find. These are cute. These remind me of Sherry at Single Mom Review because she's a teacher. These are little acrylic apples. How cute. With gold tone leaves. The little leaves are detailed even. Look at that, with little veins and stuff in the leaves. And they move freely. There's stars on the bottom. These are just so cute. They look like they would be heavy, but they're not. I mean, you'll definitely feel them when you wear them, but they're not heavy. Gold tone, I think. Yeah, these are gold tone posts and backs. Oh, there's something written on the clutch right here. Let's see what that says. Hopefully I won't make you seasick. Well, hopefully it'll focus. Here we go. What does that say? I can't read it. I'm going to have to go off camera and take a closer look. Okay, let's zoom back out. And what that said is, what that says on the clutch right there is Avon. So these are, I would suppose, some vintage Avon. They will get a cleaning and a wipe down, but they are so fun and so cute. They're about just under an inch across, just under, or right at about a ½ inch long, and maybe about 3/4 of an inch across. They swing, they dangle, they're so cute. And of course, here comes the silicone ear. Always giving fair warning. No one so far has said that the silicone ear bothers them, but you never know when there's a new viewer who wouldn't like to see that. So that's why I give fair warning. So the leaves move around. And of course, they're only swinging to the back because I've got to tilt it backwards for you to see it. But that's how they would look on. But the little leaves wouldn't necessarily be facing the back the whole time. So there they are. Very fun, very cute. Maybe a nice gift for your teacher, your children's teacher, your grandchildren's teacher. So those are number 35. And we're going to do those. So cute. We're going to do those for $6, which I think is a great price. Okay, number 37. I might end up splitting this video in half and just put it up as 2 separate videos. Hand-blown art glass beads with a 925 closure. Look at the vibrant colors. That's just like an electric blue, a bright Kelly green on a black background. The cord is like a silicone or rubber, and the closure is stamped 925. And I love to test. I'm thinking actually that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just divide this into 2 separate videos, just so someone doesn't have to sit for 2 hours through one video. So I'm going to do the lobster clasp, and then the crimp at the end. of each side. And yes, they are all lighting up blue, so positive for sterling. And this is, as I said, like a rubber or silicone band that they're threaded on. And these colors are vibrant. They're very true. They're coming across exactly on screen. That's beautiful. That's going to be number 36. And let's see, we'll just do those for $5. Okay. So moving right along, 36, $5. These stunningly blue and green and black art glass beads, hand blown. 36 for $5. Okay, 37 for the heart jewelry fans. Here we go. This is, I'm having trouble reading that. Citation? Is that what that says? So it's a gold tone, and the chain looks like it's in perfect condition. I don't see any wear, I don't see any tone loss. Just giving it a quick once over. Yeah, and so now the pendant. That's how it looks on the back, kind of dimensional and cut out right there. And the side is even detailed. I like when details that don't even have to be there are there. To me, it's just a sign of quality. And then it's suspended like that on each side with a separate ring. And this matte finish that's sort of roughed up a little bit. Roughed up is not really the technical term. I can't think of what I'm trying to think of right now. 7-inch drop, no extender, and the pendant is about 3/4 of an inch long and about the same across. Let me look up Citation really quick and see what I can find. So I found out that it's a nice vintage brand. It doesn't sell for the most, but obviously it's nice. So I'm going to offer this one up. What number are we on? We're on 37. And I'm just going to say $3 for that. I'm only going to list it for $5 or $6 if it doesn't sell here. So $3 on this gorgeous little heart necklace. This is one of those brands that, according to what I just researched just really quickly on the fly, is another one like the Ann Taylor Loft jewelry that's just undervalued. It should go for more than it is, or it should go for more than it does, but the fact that it doesn't means people can get really nice things at a bargain. So here are some little glass, I think, ladybugs. Yes, little glass ladybugs. This is 925 wires, so we're going to test that. And these are about an inch long from the top of the hook to the bottom of the ladybug. And as you know, here comes the silicone ear. There we go. That's what it would look like on. Cute, cute. Especially for all of the ladybug fans out there. Let's get that off. And of course, I like to test. Let me know in the comments if you prefer waiting until the end, like everything that needs to be tested, testing it all at the same time at the end. And there it is, positive for sterling. Or if you like testing them as we go. So these are number 38. And we will just do these for $5. Actually, let's make those $4. With 925 wires, these little glass ladybugs. Okay, and wow, this is interesting. No extra notes on it. This is coral and a stone of some kind. Or that could just be ceramic beads, but let's see, the gem eye is already turned off. It turns itself off to prevent overheating. So this is coral, little coral beads that are strung together and attached apparently with threads. And then if I can get down in there, I'm going to see if I can test those bead caps. And then it's adjustable, like bolo style. So I'll go ahead while we wait for the gem eye and give you a size. It could maybe be an anklet. It's about 9 1/4 at its largest. And at its smallest, it goes all the way down to a about 6 to 6 1/4. And let's see, time to calibrate the gem eye. Okay, and then deoxidize the tip. There's a few extra steps with using the gem eye that you don't have to do when you have a Presidium, but I actually kind of like the extra steps just because the purpose of them is you supposedly get a better, more accurate reading. Okay, it can be a little more persnickety sometimes than a Presidium. There we go. So it goes solidly into the garnet tourmaline iolite, barely touches tanzanite, barely inside chrysoprase emerald. So I would call it in the garnet tourmaline iolite range. The green stones right there. These are, the little black ones are glass. And then this is, I would say that's coral. That has sort of a beachy look to it, the design and everything. So let's see if I can get down close enough. Oh, I think I can, to test these bead caps because they look a little bit like they could be sterling. Well, I don't know. The scratch has sort of a little golden hue to it. So maybe not sterling, but brass. Well, no, look at that. So those bead caps are sterling. And it didn't just flash blue and then dissolve. It's holding. Okay, so that's what we have here. Probably coral. A garnet tourmaline iolite reading on these green beads. Sterling bead caps. Glass, I think. Actually, those are acrylic. Those tiny ones are acrylic. And the larger beads right here are glass or potentially like obsidian, because it's a glass. It's a volcanic glass. So I don't know. Let's do a quick Google Lens and just see what Google Lens says about this. Okay, similar designs are being called onyx. Onyx coral. I don't see our exact one, but I see lots of very similar designs that are calling it all onyx. So that's interesting. Okay, this was just a few seconds for you, but I actually just went down a rabbit hole researching this. This is potentially a brand that I'm having trouble getting information on because they do not do online sales. They are such true artisans with what they do. They don't want to sell their things online. They want to only sell them through trusted, like for their first, how they get their things out to a customer in the first place, from the manufacturer to the customer. They want to do that through like trusted partnerships with, retail stores that they have relationships with. So for this to be out in circulation means that someone has already purchased it that way, and then, somehow maybe it got donated, maybe it got picked up in an estate sale, or somehow or another it got into circulation. If this belongs to that brand, which is Raggiola, Italy. That's the brand that I'm trying to, you can see that right there. That's the brand I'm trying to research. And as you can see, it makes a difference if it's that brand. So this is Sardinia, I believe. If all of that checks out, that's what this is. And then these would be onyx. And then with the sterling bead caps, this could be quite a valuable piece. I need to do some more research on it. So it's an interesting piece. Definitely eye-catching. Their whole little philosophy, I had to translate their website from Italian. And they have this whole philosophy that they want to make jewelry that evokes emotion. And they feel like that offering it directly from the manufacturer online would water down the artistry. I don't completely, I can kind of get that, but not completely. But, creators do things that are from their heart for a reason. So there is a reason to it, I'm sure. But what this means to you right now is that I'm going to research this some more before I offer it up. So you may see that in the future. So moving right along, now we are on, let's see, still this one would be number 38. These are, Aramish bracelets. The stretch is really nice on all three of these. The colors are silver tone, you have this crystal clear, light blue, this sort of yellowish champagne color, and they all have the little Aramish tag on them. We'll do the entire set of Aramish bracelets. Again, that's going to be number 38. Let's do the entire set here for 7. There we go. Okay, number 39, Sarah Covington. Bright silver tone in great shape. Wow. Okay, what is this? Okay, it has these ends that look like that. Just like a glasses thing. Okay, here's the hang tag way over here. This could be a necklace, you know, that you wear by knotting it maybe in the front, like so. You know, like that. You just tie it and let the ends hang down. Not sure what this piece will be. It's not long enough to be a belt. This looks like it's made to sit comfortably around the back of the neck. So I would say that's probably correct, that it's made to either just hang down, you know, think like a la, you know, graduation cords, or maybe to knot right here, like so. I don't see any little loops that you would hang around your glasses. So right here, see a little bit of variation. This is really clean and shiny right here. These are a little cloudy looking, but that could just be some oxidation that will go away with cleaning. I'm not sure what this piece is. I think it is a necklace, just because of that hang tag being right here, the branding hang tag. And then this, that would be more comfortable around the back of the neck, you know, being right there. And then the two ends. So I think it is a necklace of some sort. So this is Sarah Coventry piece. If you have any information about this one, if anybody wants to pipe up what you might know, I will be glad to hear it. Let's see, and I forgot what number we're on. Oh my goodness. This is number 39. And we will do that one for, let's just do that one for $4. And let me know if you know something about that piece. I think it is a necklace of some kind. Okay, and now turquoise or howlite. I think that's turquoise. And it says 925 wires on these. And look at the wires. They thread through and then hang down through the back of your ear right here. And speaking of, let's go ahead and bring out the silicone ear. And that's how that would look on. The chunk of turquoise is about 1 inch long and about a 1/2 inch wide. And we'll test that really quick. And we are, I think, going to come up positive on that. Well, why wouldn't we? But there we go. So those are beautiful. The length on them is about just under 3 inches from the top of the hoop to the bottom of the stone. 925 wires in turquoise. And we are going to do those. That's a pretty sizable piece of turquoise. This is going to be number 40. And we'll do number 40. I'm going to do those for $12. And I will list those for maybe $25 if they don't sell here. So this, I was thinking about it before. I believe I went ahead and made the decision, but I'm just going to repeat it now. This is going to be a 2-part series. Because this is really long. It's 2.5 hours already. So this is glass, a glass stretchy with great stretch, very bouncy stretch, with these tones of green and sort of much lighter green. I was about to say sort of off-white, but I would more just call that very light green, all the way to a dark green. Without stretching, the size is 6 1/4. And on the necklace, it's an 8.5 inch drop with a about 2.5 inch extender. And you have these silver tone spacers in between that have texture on those. Silver tone extender with no wear. It's very bright. And no scratching on the lobster clasp. And there's your set. The beads are graduated here on the necklace. And these spacers, again, have texture on them. They're the smaller ones that look sort of like little pumpkins. Let's see if I can clean that off. Can't scratch it off with my nail, but I'll see if that'll come off with a wipe down. But that is threaded on. And that's not an inordinate amount of space. That's not really like a gap. That's so that when it bends around like this, that it'll be able to bend and not be stiff. If there were actually no space, it would be so tight, that it wouldn't bend and look natural when you're wearing it. So that's why the little bit of space there. It's only there when you do this. When you're actually wearing it and it's laying naturally and being able to flow, that thread is not going to be there, or it's there, but it's not going to show, and there's not going to be that gap. So this is a pretty set. Oh, wait. I should just read these bags before I make these snap decisions. So this is not glass. Let's see what it is. Okay. Maybe a quartz. It goes into chrysoprase emerald, tanzanite aquamarine. It just barely touches the quartz citrine amethyst. So I think it's more solidly in the chrysoprase emerald line. Okay. I need to make sure I read these notes before I start making snap decisions that this is glass. That's a gorgeous stone then. So I thought that was different shades of glass sort of melted together, and it wasn't that impressive to just have that sort of melted together and mixed up. But seeing this color variation like that and knowing that it occurred naturally, that's more striking to me. So we're on 41. And I'll probably find out, well, let me price this first. We'll do this set right here. We're going to do this set for, I'll do that for $9 for the bracelet and the necklace together. Now, once I know how many pieces there are all together, when I'm finished filming, I'll just cut it in half. Like however many there are, I'll stop halfway through, cut it right there, and that will be Wednesday's video, as you will know by the time you're seeing it already. But then the rest of it will be Thursday. Because as we are now, I'm already at 2.5 hours. It's way too long for one video. So let's see, number This will be 42 KS. That's Kate Spade, I would assume. No, Kendra Scott. So that looks like some mother of pearl. These little prong settings. There's your Kendra Scott branding right there. There's just some sweet little posts, maybe about 1/4 inch on those little stones. Super, super pretty. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up. Hopefully it'll focus. Yes. So very pretty. Okay, and of course we're going to pop it into the ear. And there we go. Those are really pretty. And those are going to be number 42. And we're going to do those. Let's see, we'll do those also for 9. The Kendra Scott little mother of pearl earrings. Here's a ring. Oh wow, look at that. That's a stone of some kind. I don't see any kind of marks on the setting, but the setting is showing some wear, but I'm wondering if it's a vermeil. I'm really intrigued by those stones, so let's take a look. Let's see what the Gem-Eye says about those. Just the top end of glass, barely touches garnet tourmaline iolite. Not every reading that lands on glass is actually just glass. That doesn't mean that it's a faux stone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because some things will read in that range. This really wants to touch the garnet tourmaline iolite line. I'm not sure what that stone would be, but they are pretty stones. I'm going to test this metal just to see what it does. Okay, it looks like copper. Okay. Now there is a little bit of wear to the tone on this, but honestly, really, I don't think that matters on this ring. The size is almost a 7. It just needs a hair more to be a 7. That's how it would look on. And again, these gorgeous autumn fall colors. That is really pretty. So I think it is a stone. It is not a precious metal. Possibly artisan made from that construction right there. You can kind of see the soldering on it. So that's going to be 43. And that one we'll just do for $4. It's really pretty. Okay. 44 is going to be Uncommon James. This is a new with tag. Does not have a price on it. It's gold tone, very delicate gold tone necklace, and it's made to look like there's a toggle closure. Oh no, wait, it actually is a toggle closure. right here in the front, but it's not the actual closure. It's just there to be decorative because it has a lobster clasp in the back. It's brand new and it looks brand new. I'm going to, I don't know this brand, so I'm going to look it up, but the drop on it is 7 inches and the extender is about 2 inches. Okay, Uncommon James goes for around 30, 38, there's 55. There's an outlier here for 12, 35, 29, 30. So I'm thinking about 25 to 30. See, that 55 is kind of an outlier too. I'm thinking anywhere from about 25 to 35 is a good range of solds for this brand. So I'll probably list it around, at about 25, I think, or 30. So we will do number 44 here for, I'll just do that for 10 here. And do it for maybe 20 or 25 if it makes it to eBay. Okay, here is a little rhinestone. Is it rhinestones? No, it's like little flowers. There's no stones in that. But it is a 925. It says right here. So actually there is a tiny little stone on there, I think. Yeah, let's take a look at that. If the probe can get down there, because it is tiny. Wait a minute. Do we have diamonds here? We do. Oh my goodness, Jeanette, did you know that you were sending me diamonds? Did you know? Okay, let's take a closer, let's zoom way in, because I thought there were stones and I thought there weren't stones. Okay, in the center of every one of those flowers, yes, is a stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's double count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 diamonds set in sterling. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So just because, as you know, I just like to test. I'm not going to undo this since it's packaged up right there. But I am going to test the setting right here. And I'll try to get the best scratch I can get with the exposed part of the chain. Hopefully that's a good enough scratch right there. That's the pendant, that's the chain. The pendant's lighting right up. The chain, I think I just don't have a good enough scratch on that. I'll try one more time. I'll take it out from these notches, that might make it easier. Okay, bear with me, everybody. I think getting a good scratch is just going to be impossible because this chain is so fine. Okay, maybe that's a better scratch. My finger is rubbing the scratch off at the same time it's laying the scratch down. And that's the problem there. Okay, there's a bubble in the middle of it that I couldn't pop, but it is lighting up blue. So yes, the chain and the pendant are all positive for sterling. And we have diamonds in this little cross. Wow, Jeanette, did you even know? Okay. So let me research this for a minute and I will be right back. Okay, I tried my best to find a brand. I couldn't find a stamp or a hang tag just looking through the packaging right here. And I couldn't find a brand that looked like this. So it's just an unbranded, has little diamond chips in the middle of these little delicate flowers. And it's all set in sterling, so sterling and diamonds. I'm going to offer this up. Let's see, where's the bag that came in? Or this is the bag that came in. Let's see, I'll just stick it down inside here. And that's going to be number 45. And the sterling and diamond chips. Okay. I'm going to offer that here for $25. And I think that's a bargain. It is vintage. It has, the vintage patina on it, which I'm going to leave. And then you've got your 11 diamond chips on these delicate little flowers, all set in sterling with a nice, dainty, delicate chain. If you're in the market for something like that, this is a great deal. Number 45 for $25. Diamonds and sterling. Okay, here is a purse charm, Chico's, and it is Dorothy's red slippers. How cute. Okay, they are not precious metal, but they do look like the ruby slippers. They even have a little touch of glitter to them. And they are super cute. Silver tone lobster clasp with a little pair of ruby slippers. New on card. They originally retailed for $16. They were marked down to $4.99. So let's see. Somebody's going to get a super duper deal on those. Number 46. And that's going to be, my goodness, we'll just do those for $3. Chico's new on card, Dorothy's ruby slippers for $3. Okay, 47. Okay, Avon. Some more for you heart jewelry lovers. There's a little black acrylic stone and rhinestones down the side, little double heart. The black is sort of bezel set into the inside heart, and then you have this sort of flourishy, stylized heart around that on the outside, with the rhinestones coming down, sort of in graduated sizes, not sort of, but actually in graduated sizes, down one side. And then there is the branding right there. The gold tone is in perfect shape. There's no wear at all on this. It could be new. There's no extender, and the drop is about 8 3/4. The pendant itself is about an inch across, or excuse me, about an inch long, and also almost an inch across. Avon is another one of those. It's undervalued, it's underrated, which means people who like it can get a great deal on it. just because it doesn't sell for the most. So this is number 47. And we will do the Avon Gold Tone Double Heart for, I'll do that for $4. I'll probably list it for $8. Okay. Oh, this is a heavy one. So we're probably looking at stones. Okay, no, nice vintage glass beads. And they are heavy. These look like they're ceramic beads. The lady that is my ceramics instructor sent me a video last week of some instructions for making ceramic beads. She knows I'm into jewelry, and it's challenging to make beads. You wouldn't think so, but it is. And the difficulty mostly comes in when it's time to put the glaze on and fire it. There's no extender. It is layered, and again, the two layers lay right next to each other, just like in previous ones that I've shown during this these videos. It's just under, or just over 7 inches on the shorter layer right here, and the longer layer is about 7.5 inches. There's light gold tone on the hardware with some wear, a little bit of tone loss, shepherd's hook closure. The tone loss and everything is just, it's no more than you would expect with age, with this being a vintage piece. There it is. It's this pretty sort of sea blue with these speckles of brown and sort of violet blue in between, and they're hand knotted. Here is the effect when you wear it. Sort of the effect when you wear it. That is very pretty, very, very pretty. So number 48. If I've gotten through this entire video without using the same number on different items, that would be such a huge accomplishment for me. Let's see, we're gonna do this one for $7. There we are. Okay, number 40. Wait a minute. Okay, now this is going to be 49. Cloisonne earrings that are gorgeous with these vibrant colors. The length from the top of the hook to the bottom is 2 inches. Let's bring out the silicone ear. That is beautiful. Let me give you a close-up look. They're cut out there in the middle, as you can see. It has this floral motif going around. And then that's that same back design that you usually see, or that I usually see on cloisonne pieces. The edges have little to no tone loss. The hooks are in great condition. These just need a wipe down. And they are beautiful. 49. We will do those for $4. Love them. Okay, more earrings. Dana Buckman. Matte silver tone with acrylic stones in them. Are they? Yeah, those are acrylic. So here are those colors. And they're gorgeous. About 2 3/4 inch long. These sort of free-form settings. Those are nice. Very nice. I like that color combination too. Let's bring out the ear. And that is how those would look. Okay, I'll get a bigger bag to put those in. These are going to be number 50. Am I right? I just did 49. Yeah, these are going to be number 50. And we'll do those for $6. And there we are. Wow, okay, we're winding down. Just a few more pieces to go. This is 4-strand mother of pearl with 925 findings. This mother of pearl is nice. A lot of it that you see is only finished on one side and the other side is sort of raw. These are finished all the way around. You have these flat square ones. You have the round beads right here, which mother of pearl, when it's made into a round bead and then polished, it's so luminescent. And I like the little variations and the way the light bounces off of those. Okay, these are little ovals that are flat on one side and rounded on the other. These are just regular round beads. These are flat rectangular, and these are sort of like square cylinder beads. All of it is mother of pearl, and it's so luminous. The toggle closure means that there is no extender, or this type of toggle closure. Let's see, the drop is 7 inches. Let's see, make sure it's not twisted so I can give you an overall look of how it would look when you're wearing it. So here's the overall look. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. I know we don't need to test, but I love to test, so. On both sides right there. Where did it? There it is. And as expected, positive for sterling. This is so stunningly beautiful. Let's see. Now I will probably list that for around 20 or 25. Not 20, I'll probably list it for 25. We'll offer it here for 12. And 51. We have 51 pieces already. Well, not already, like it's coming up on 3 hours all together in my filming. Of course, you're not going to be sitting here for 3 hours because I will have cut it in half and you will have seen half of it Wednesday. And by the time you get to this part, it's going to be Thursday. Cultured pearls with 925, mom charm, and closure. So if you have a mom who likes sterling and pearls, this might be a good Christmas gift. See, it says 925 here on the back of this charm that says mom, sort of a little raindrop shaped. And closure, I don't know how to test the closure. I don't see a mark on it. Oh yeah, I do too, right there. And then it's hand knotted, and they are genuine pearls. So there's the charm. Here's the lobster clasp. And here is the extender chain. Well, can't get it to behave. There we go. And here's the acid. So, charm, lobster clasp, extender. And there they are, all positive. So where did my pen go? Oh, there it is. So 52. And we are going to do that for 15. I would typically do a pearl bracelet for 12, but this has the sterling findings and the sterling mom charm. So 15 on that. Okay, this says something, but I can't read through the package. I think I saw a CZ on there. Yeah. 925 and CZ. So it says more than just 925. It says a few things on the back here. Let me take a look at that. Okay, it says China 925 CZ. That's what that says. So we are going to test all of that. The stone will be more sparkly when it's clean. I can tell that it's got some dust and dirt on it. So there's the setting. The setting and the bail are all one piece, so I don't have to test the bail separately. The chain's going to be, of course, these delicate chains are always a challenge. Like as I mentioned earlier, when you have a delicate chain, your finger is actually rubbing off the scratch as you are also putting it down at the same time. So setting and chain. And yes, both positive. So lots of sterling here. Jeanette has packed me an amazing bag, or box, I should say, with so much in it. Okay, let's see. I need another bag to sit that down inside of. Number 53. And Number 53, we're going to do that for $9. A sterling and CZ. That's a beautiful CZ necklace, or CZ little pear cut stone. Again, it'll be twice that, or at least twice that, whenever I list it on eBay if it doesn't sell here. Okay, here's a Cookie Lee. Again, another one that doesn't really sell for the most, which means people get great things at a great price. Because if it wasn't underrated, it would be more expensive to buy it. There's the Cookie Lee branding. And you wouldn't get things like this for the amazing price you can get it for, just because it isn't the most hot selling brand. Okay, the drop is about 7.5 inches. You have a 2-inch extender. This beautiful stone is about a 1/2 inch long and just under a 1/2 inch across. It's citrine colored and it is highly reflective. I think it's actually crystal because there's no foil backing on it, but yet it is so reflective. And you can see all the rainbow colors as it sparkles in the light. This looks new. It's on a satin cord that is entirely clean. So I think this is brand new. Silver tone, and there's no tone loss. And I see no surface scratching on the clasp. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Let's see, I forgot. Don't let me start now. Double numbering. I know I've already said that a million times. Number 54. And we're going to do the Cookie Lee here. We'll just do that for $6. That's an amazing stone. That crystal is mesmerizing. Let me give you a close-up of that before I bag it up. That's gorgeous. Okay. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces left. Kim Alessi. This is a little rhinestone bezel set. Little glass rhinestone that's faceted. Very minor tone loss right here on these little loops. The rest of the gold tone looks great. Let's see, let's fasten this without the extender so I can give you good measurements. The drop is 7 inches and the extender is about 1.5 inches. Here is your branding right here. And just very minor gold tone loss right there at the end near the hang tag. I don't see any tone loss at all on the clasp. And the chain in general looks good too. No tone loss on the pendant. Yeah, so this is a nice piece. We'll do Kim Alessi. She's going to be 55. Oops. And we'll just do that one for $3. A nice, pretty, very simple, delicate, dainty, understated piece. It's nice and feminine. Number 55 for $3. 56. This looks very much like an Avon bracelet that I have, or had. I sold it already, I think. in my eBay inventory. It's silver tone. I don't think this one's Avon. I don't think it's the same one I had, but it's very similar to it. So we have here abalone, set in silver tone, sort of book chain style or panel style, with the beautiful usual abalone colors, the black and the iridescent blues and greens. This is how it looks on, and this is how it looks on next to my Swarovski bracelet that I kept from the previous box. But there it is. That is beautiful. There's no extender on it. There's no branding on it. Just a simple silver tone abalone bracelet, which looks new. It's about a 6 3/4, just under 7 inches. And I think you got to look at the construction earlier. Fold over clasp, and then just bezel set pieces of abalone. And it does look new. I don't see any real scratching beyond just surface scratching, which could mean that it was pre-owned but treated well. It could mean that it just got a little scratched up while it was on display in a store. Or it could have gotten scratched up just sitting in someone's jewelry box, bumping up against other pieces that got taken in and out of the jewelry box. So number 56. We'll do that one also for just $3. And it's beautiful. I still can't get over the diamonds in that cross. I don't remember which day, if you would have seen that today in Thursday's video, or if you would have seen it in Wednesday's yesterday, although I'm filming all of it in one sitting. I can't remember where I'm going to, or I don't know yet where I'm going to split the video. See, this says something right there on that tag. Let me take a look. It says Accents by Hallmark Cards. Okay. So this is a vintage piece. Very little gold tone loss. And it has this delicate chain of this style. Spring ring clasp. And this little bird cage sort of detail. Actually, part of it's bent. Right, there's a little bend in it right there. And I don't think it's supposed to be like that because none of the other sides are bent like that. So I'll do this one as is for $1 if someone wants that. And it's going to be number 57 for the Hallmark bracelet. Oh, let me give you a size. Almost forgot. There's no extender, so the size is the size. And it's about a 7 1/4. Number 58. It just says vintage. You can use some cleaning. Oh, it's missing a stone. Missing a stone right there. And I don't think I have any stones like this. I do, but they're already set in other things. So I'm going to have to craft this out, which is great news for me because I love getting new crafting elements. So this one will be crafted out. 925 CP. I'm not sure what CP means. These are genuine pearls. There are these sort of diamond cut beads right there that make them sparkle as the light hits. Diamond cut just means like the way it's carved for that purpose, to make the light hit it and make it shine. So we have genuine pearls, and let's see what elements on here are sterling. Maybe all of them are. So we have the hook, the little diamond cut bead. I think it's a safe assumption that these little spacer beads are all the same material, so I'm only going to test the bottom one. That's the only one I can get to. There it is. This bottle of acid's running low, so hopefully it will hold out for these next few pieces. Okay, yes, all of those elements are sterling. Perfect, perfect. These are beautiful. They are about, let's see, just a hair over an inch long from the top of the hook to the bottom of that little bead at the bottom. Here comes the silicone ear, and that's how that looks on. Oh, how pretty, especially with that little textured bead right there. That is sterling. How pretty. Okay, these are beautiful. Okay, these are number 58. And with all of that sterling and those genuine pearls, we're going to do those for $10. Those will list for $20. Okay, nice. Okay, 59. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, missing a stone. Yeah, missing a little stone right there, which is perfectly fine with me. Gives me more crafting pieces. That is a new maker's mark to me, though. If anyone is familiar with this maker's mark, please chime in the comments. Right, there's a good look at it. I do not know that mark, or either I knew it at one time and forgot it. But these are pretty. Let's see, here's, this one doesn't have missing stones, so that's the look. But the other one is missing that little bottommost stone right there. Which, as I said, perfectly fine with me. It means more things to make stuff with. This is probably Brighton. The little hearts right there. It's a little flip-flop. How cute. What is this? Oh, it's an anklet? Yeah, it's a Brighton anklet. It has a little flip-flop. And there's the Brighton heart with the bee. And has these little details on the side that has a rhinestone on both the front and the back, and there's two of those little elements right there. The size is about 9.5, 9.25 to 9.5, and then there's an extender that is about an inch long. And look at this little flip-flop. Oh, focus. There it is. Look at this little flip-flop, and it's dimensional. Look at that. That's so cute. Okay. Let's look this up. Okay, here are some Brighton anklets. I tried looking up Brighton flip-flop anklet, and it just showed me pictures of Brighton flip-flops. So we're looking at our 21, 24, 18, 30, 40, 30, 30, 139. But of course, that's an entire set of something else. So around 25, it looks like, is about the median listing price there. So we'll offer this for 12. This is number 59. Brighton flip-flop anklet for $12. 925 exclusive hand-picked jewelry monogram gifts. This is a bracelet. It's not a stretchy. And the findings there, I suppose, is what's 925. Looks like that Larimar or turquoise, and genuine pearl, and these little glass beads. They're smoky colored. And then and it's new with tags. Let's check out the sterling on it. There we go. And yes, there it is. The scratch, or the test, is more faint here, but the scratch itself was more faint just because it's just hard to get, as we've discussed, it's kind of hard to get a scratch on a little piece of small chain. But there it is. Let's see, let's give you a size on it. It's 7, but then it has an extender that's an inch. And let's enjoy that for a minute. So there are the genuine pearls, and 3 more over here. And then you have a couple of sets of these sort of just like liquid drop looking glass beads that are a smoky gray color. And then this is either turquoise or Larimar, I would think. It doesn't have that very striking howlite veining, so I don't think it's howlite. But there it is, and that is just a beautiful piece. It reminds me of the beach. Let's see, it originally retailed for, well, it doesn't say. Okay, it is turquoise and smoky. The fact that it says smoky, I wonder if this is like smoky quartz. Let's let the Gemini tell us. But meanwhile, this is going to be number 60. I have never done a video with 60 things in it. But of course, it's going to be 2 videos by the time you see it. But we are going to offer this one up. Let's see. Offer that for 8. And the Gemini shut itself down, as it does to keep from overheating. So I'm calibrating now. I just want to know if these are, since that tag just said smoky, I want to know if that's smoky quartz. Or if it's just glass. I think it's glass, but just the fact that it said smoky, well, look at that. It is smoky quartz. Which to me, it took some work, because that just looks like a drop of melted glass. you know, like they drop the glass and then bore a hole in it to make a bead. They just got pieces that were very clear without any occlusions, and of quartz, and then drilled holes in that, and it just looks as clear as glass. Wow, that's really pretty, especially knowing that it's quartz. Like it's natural stone, but it looks so crystal clear and smooth as if it's melted glass. There it is, number 60 for $8. And last but not least, this is number 61. It says 925. It has these little butterflies, the large one and the small one. Makes me wonder, since that cross. So let's take a look and see what these are. Are they CZs? No. No. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. So there are several. So we have one diamond. We have two diamonds. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Make sure I'm not skipping any. Do I have to do this on every one? No. Am I enjoying it? Yes. 5, 6, I touched the metal there, and I touched it again. 7, oh, touched the metal. 8, nope. I'm having trouble with that one. So we're sitting at 8 now. 9, 10, 11, and let's go back to that other one again, right here. I don't know why I keep hitting the metal with that one. I'm not going to drive you crazy with it, but I know it's a 12th. It's a 12th diamond, I know that. Okay, one more try. Okay, I can't get the probe in there, but there it is right there. There are 12 diamonds here. And as if, yeah, they're not going to set diamonds into silver tone, but I just have to do it. It's a compulsion, I suppose. So there is the pendant. Here is the closure. And we have more chain that I can work with here, so maybe I'll get have a better time making a scratch. And there's the chain. So pendant, clasp, and chain. And of course, sterling, sterling, sterling. Okay, I'm running out of dry spots on this paper towel, which of course I don't want to touch that acid because it makes these bright yellow spots on you that take forever to go away. So we are looking at a sterling and diamond necklace. Focus, will you? There you go. So there it is. The large butterfly and small butterfly, or as my daughter would say when she was little, the mommy butterfly and the baby butterfly. Of course, my daughter is about to get married now. She's no longer that little. Okay, and it hangs like this. Like this. So beautiful, beautiful. And it's about 3/4 of an inch long, about 3/4 of an inch across. Let's get a drop measurement on that. There is not an extender, and the drop is about 9 inches. And there is this amazing diamond and sterling pendant on a sterling chain. And it's beautiful. And it's number 61. And it is $30, which is a steal because I am probably going to list this at maybe 60 to 70, I suppose, whenever, if it ever goes to eBay. I'll do some research on it first, but even if it's 60, even if I don't list it for, even more than 55, this is still a steal of a deal. I know it will go for more than that on eBay. But there we go. And that is everything. Let me turn off the gem eye and move everything that I can, because I can't move it all back in here. I am so grateful to everyone who sat through these videos. I am so grateful to Jeanette for this wonderful, well, for her just thoughtfulness to even out of the blue send me the friend mail that you saw on Tuesday, and then to send me this tremendous lot that you saw yesterday and today. Oh, dropped a piece. So many great pieces, and then so thoughtful also to send this to me because she thinks it looks like Skeeter Jones, and I can see the resemblance. So I don't know, I'm just so overwhelmed, really. I can't find the words. So I'll just say thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all the time that you spend. We all have a finite amount of time in this world, and any amount of it that you spend with me, I'm grateful for. And if you enjoyed this content, if you would please give me a like, give me a comment. Please share my video out or share my channel out with your friends that you think might also enjoy it. And most of all, leave me a comment. I enjoy reading your comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.